I found out my daughter wasn't mine while my mother-in-law was setting the table for Thanksgiving dinner. The turkey was in the oven, my wife was laughing in the kitchen, and I was holding a DNA test that said, probability of paternity, 0.0%. Do you confront a lie in front of the people who enabled it, or do you protect the child who calls you daddy from the truth that will destroy her world? Jennifer calls from the kitchen, her voice bright over the clatter of serving dishes. Michael, can you grab the extra chairs from the garage? Mom invited Rebecca and the kids. We're up to 8 now. 8 people. Thanksgiving. The kind of day that's supposed to be about gratitude. I set down my beer, some craft IPA her brother brought, the bottle sweating condensation onto Patricia's lace tablecloth, and head toward the garage. Behind me, Patricia's directing traffic like she owns the place, which, in a way, she does. This is Jennifer's childhood home. We're hosting here because our place is too small, according to Patricia. According to me, it's because she needs to control every holiday like she controls every other aspect of our lives. But I don't say that. I never say that. The garage smells like oil and old cardboard. Jennifer's dad keeps it organized, tools on pegboards, seasonal decorations labeled in his careful handwriting. The folding chairs are in the back corner, red metal frames leaning against the wall. I grab the first 2 easily. The third is stuck behind a stack of Jennifer's college boxes. Boxes she's been meaning to go through for 6 years. Boxes that followed us from her dorm to our first apartment to this house. I pull the chair free. A shoebox falls. It wasn't sealed. The lid slides off when it hits the concrete. Contents spill. I crouch down, already reaching to gather everything before someone comes looking for me, before Patricia pokes her head in and asks what's taking so long. My hand closes around paper. Thick paper, official paper, lab logo embossed at the top, ancestry, DNA, genetic testing services. I should stop reading. I should put it back. I should carry these chairs inside and carve the turkey and compliment Patricia's green bean casserole and never think about this again. But I don't. I read, test date March 15, 2022, 3 years ago. Sample A, Michael Harrison, me. Sample B, Emma Grace Harrison, my daughter. Alleged relationship, paternity. I scan down to the bottom, past the genetic markers, past the probability calculations, past the technical language I don't understand. Probability of paternity, 0.00, 0.00. I read it again. The numbers don't change. They sit there on the page like a bomb that's been waiting 3 years to explode. The 0 has been traced over in pencil, light, barely visible, like someone stared at it, hoping if they traced it enough times, it might transform into something else, something survivable. My hands are shaking. There's more in the box, a phone, old Nokia brick, the kind you buy at a gas station with cash, battery dead, receipts, thermal paper fading to yellow, Hotel Riverside printed at the top, 12 of them, every Tuesday. Room 314, all charged to J. Morrison, Jennifer's maiden name. There's something else, an envelope. I open it with fingers that don't feel attached to my body. Birth certificate, official state seal, Emma Grace Harrison, born October 3rd, 2018. Mother, Jennifer Morrison Harrison, father, originally blank, then filled in later, different ink, different pen pressure, Michael Harrison. Filed 3 weeks after she was born, the turkey timer goes off inside. Someone laughs. Patricia's voice carries through the wall. Michael must have gotten lost in there. More laughter. I'm holding the truth, and they're laughing. The DNA test was dated 3 years ago. 3 years. She'd known for 3 years. I walk back inside carrying 3 red folding chairs, like I'm carrying crosses. My face must look normal, because no one stops laughing. Jennifer's at the stove, basting the turkey. Her hair pulled back in that messy bun I used to think was cute. Used to, past tense. Everything's past tense now. There you are. Patricia sweeps toward me, takes 2 chairs, starts arranging them around the extended dining table. We were about to send a search party. I set the 3rd chair down. Just had to dig them out. Well, you found them. That's what matters. She pats my arm. Physical contact that suddenly feels like contamination. Rebecca's on the couch with her son, Tyler. He's 5. obsessed with dinosaurs. Emma's showing him her new drawing, taped to the refrigerator this morning. 3 stick figures in crayon. Big one, medium one, tiny one. My family, written across the top in Jennifer's handwriting, because Emma's still learning her letters. The big figure's smile is wider than the paper. I look at my daughter, 6 years old, gap-toothed, wearing the purple dress we bought for today. She sees me and waves. "Daddy, Tyler likes my T-Rex." "That's great, baby." My voice sounds normal. How is my voice normal? Jennifer appears beside me, slides her hand into mine. Her hand is warm, familiar. "You okay? You look pale." "I'm perfect." She kisses my cheek. "Dinner's almost ready. Can you carve?" Patricia's already bringing out the good knives, the ones her mother gave her, the ones Jennifer will inherit someday. Everything in this family passes down, everything except the truth. I carve the turkey. The knife feels too heavy. Each slice reveals meat that's perfectly moist, expertly cooked. Patricia supervises. "Thinner slices, Michael. Make them last." I make them thinner. 8 people sit down. Jennifer's father says grace. We hold hands in a circle. Emma squeezes my fingers with both of hers. "I'm thankful for Daddy," she says when it's her turn. "And Mommy, and Grandma's pie." Everyone laughs. I'm thankful I don't throw up on the mashed potatoes. The meal passes. Conversations flow around me. Politics, Rebecca's husband has opinions. The weather, unusually warm for November. Tyler's school, he's reading above grade level. Emma's school, she might test into the gifted program. Patricia asks if we've thought about private schools. Jennifer says we're considering it. We, our, us, pronouns that mean nothing. "Michael," Patricia's looking at me. "I asked if you're okay. You haven't touched your plate." 8 sets of eyes turn toward me. "I'm fine." I take a bite of turkey. It tastes like sawdust and lies. "Just tired, long week." "You work too hard," Jennifer says. She means it kindly. She touches my hand. I don't pull away because Emma's watching, because Tyler's watching, because 8 people are watching, and I don't know how to detonate a bomb at the dinner table without killing everyone in the blast radius. So I smile, I eat, I compliment the cranberry sauce. If you've ever had to smile through the worst moment of your life, just type, "I understand," in the comments. You're not alone. Patricia asks me if I want pie. I say yes. Jennifer serves it. Apple, homemade, her specialty. I eat it. I taste nothing. The dinner ends. People move to the living room, football on TV, coffee brewing. Emma curls up on the couch with her stuffed rabbit, the one she's had since she was born, the velveteen rabbit. We read it every night. "Real isn't how you're made," the book says. "It's when someone loves you for a long, long time." I excuse myself. Bathroom. Nobody questions it. I lock the bathroom door. The shoebox is hidden in the garage, but I took the phone. Found a charger in the drawer, same kind Jennifer's dad uses for his old landline. I plug it in. The Nokia buzzes to life. Green screen, pixelated numbers, 47 unread messages. The phone is old, plastic warm from my hand now. When I open the first thread, my heart stops. Dr. Stevens is the contact name, but these aren't medical messages. March 2021. Same time Tuesday, M working late again. Reply, room 314, I'll bring wine. April 2021. He's taking Emma to the park, free until 6. Reply, finally, I missed you. June 2021. Pregnancy scare, waiting on test. Reply, it'll be fine, we'll figure it out. July 2021. It's done. M doesn't suspect. I scroll, and scroll, and scroll. Every Tuesday I worked late. Every Saturday I took Emma to the park. Every Sunday morning I made pancakes while Jennifer slept in. She wasn't sleeping in. There's a second phone bill in the photos, screenshots she saved. T-Mobile account under her name, different number. The account I never knew about. The affair I never suspected. I zoom in on one text. November 2021. What if he finds out? Reply from Dr. Stevens. He won't, and even if he does, what's he gonna do? He loves Emma too much to leave. She was right, and she was wrong. The text to a number saved as Dr. Stevens weren't about medical appointments. They were plans for every Tuesday I worked late. I returned to the living room 43 minutes after I left. Jennifer's curled up next to Emma on the couch. Patricia's doing dishes, won't let anyone help. It's her kitchen, her rules. Rebecca's husband is asleep in the recliner. Football plays to an audience of no one. Emma's eyes are heavy. Daddy, will you read to me? Of course, baby. I carry her upstairs to the guest room, Jennifer's childhood bedroom, preserved like a museum. Pink walls, yearbook photos, a life before me. Emma's already in her pajamas, the purple ones with stars. She climbs into bed, clutches her rabbit. The rabbit's fur is matted from 1,000 nights of love. One ear sewn back on after Tyler accidentally tore it last Christmas. I grab her book from the nightstand, The Velveteen Rabbit, pages soft from countless readings. Her favorite page dog-eared, the part where the rabbit asks what real means. What is real? Asked the rabbit one day. I start reading. Emma's breathing slows. She fights sleep like she always does, like she's afraid she'll miss something. Real isn't how you're made, I continue. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you, then you become real. My voice cracks. Emma doesn't notice. She's drifting. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse. When you are real, you don't mind being hurt. I can't finish the page. Emma's hand finds mine. Daddy? Yeah, baby. Will you always be my daddy? The question lands like a bullet. Always, baby, no matter what. I kiss her forehead. We don't leave people who need us. Remember that, okay? Okay. She yawns. We don't leave. She's asleep before I close the book. I sit on her floor until midnight, listening to her breathe, watching the rise and fall of the blanket with the stars that match her pajamas. The nightlight shaped like a moon casts shadows that look like answers. But there are no answers here. Just a 6-year-old girl who calls me daddy, who trusts me, who drew me into her family portrait with a smile wider than the paper. Downstairs, I can hear Patricia and Jennifer cleaning up. Quiet conversation, laughter, normal. Everything is so normal. I didn't know if I was lying. I don't sleep, can't, won't. At 2 a.m, everyone's gone home except us. This is Jennifer's childhood home, so we're staying the night. Patricia and her husband are asleep down the hall. Emma's in the guest room. Jennifer's beside me in the bed we've shared 100 times before. In this room where she grew up, where she probably planned her whole life. A life that included me as a prop. She's breathing steady, deep, peaceful. I get up, go back to the garage. The shoebox is where I left it, hidden behind the paint cans. I take everything, bring it inside to the home office, the one Patricia lets us use when we visit. I photograph every document, every receipt, every text message on the burner phone. I upload them to a cloud drive she doesn't know about. Print copies on Patricia's laser printer. The machine hums in the dark. Each page emerges like evidence at a crime scene. Because that's what this is, a crime scene. By 4 a.m., I have a manila folder, thick, heavy, complete. By 6 a.m., I've made my decision. Patricia's making coffee when I come downstairs. She's already dressed, full makeup, the armor she wears against the world. You're up early. Couldn't sleep. Too much pie? She smiles, pours me a cup without asking. Jennifer's still out. That girl could sleep through an earthquake. She's had practice sleeping through things. Patricia doesn't catch it, or pretends not to. She's talking about Christmas plans, about Emma's gift list, about whether we should all go to the mountains this year, make it a family trip. Family. The word tastes rotten. Jennifer appears at 8, Emma trailing behind her in pajamas. My daughter climbs into my lap at the breakfast table, still warm with sleep. Morning, Daddy. I hold her, maybe too tight. Michael? Jennifer's pouring orange juice. You okay? You look awful. We need to talk. About what? Family stuff. Adult stuff. I look at Patricia. Actually, I think everyone should hear this. Patricia's smile falters, just for a second, just long enough. Hear what? Call your husband, call Rebecca, get everyone back here. Michael, what's going on? Jennifer sets down the juice, her hands shaking. She knows, some part of her knows. Just make the calls. An hour later, they're all here. Patricia's husband, James, quiet, gentle, the opposite of his wife. Rebecca and her husband Tyler half asleep on the couch. Emma's upstairs watching cartoons, door closed. 8 people in the living room, same as yesterday, different everything. I'm holding the folder. Jennifer sees it first. Her face goes white. I found something yesterday, I say. My voice is calm, too calm. In the garage, while I was getting chairs. Michael, Jennifer starts. Don't. I hold up my hand. Everyone's here because you all need to hear this, because some of you knew, and some of you didn't, and everyone deserves the truth. Patricia's standing. This isn't appropriate. Emma could hear. Emma's upstairs, and this is extremely appropriate. I open the folder, pull out the first document. This is a DNA test, dated March 15th, 2022, 3 years ago. Silence. It says I'm not Emma's biological father. I hold it up so everyone can see. The lab logo, the numbers, the 0. Probability of paternity, 0.00%. Rebecca gasps. James goes pale. Tyler's husband looks confused. Jennifer's crying. Already crying before I've even finished. There's more. I pull out the phone records. Burner phone, 47 text messages to someone saved as Dr. Stevens. Except Dr. Stevens wasn't a doctor. Dr. Stevens was... I read from the printout. Room 314, every Tuesday. Can't wait to see you again. I throw the papers on the coffee table. They scatter. Evidence everywhere. 12 hotel receipts. Hotel Riverside. Always room 314. Always Tuesdays. Always when I was working late. I look at Jennifer. I was working late because you asked me to pick up extra shifts. You said we needed the money for Emma's preschool. Michael, please. There's also this. I hold up the birth certificate. Emma's birth certificate. Father's name originally blank, then filled in 3 weeks later. Michael Harrison, in different ink. Because you didn't know who the father was when she was born, did you? The room is silent except for the football game still playing on TV. No one's watching. The game continues anyway. Touchdown, crowd noise, commercial break. Rebecca finds her voice first. Jennifer, tell me this isn't true. Jennifer's sobbing into her hands. It's true, I say. All of it. 3 years. She's known for 3 years. I look at Patricia. And I think Mom knew too. Patricia's face hardens. You're going to ruin Thanksgiving over this? The words hang in the air like a grenade. No. I stand up. You ruined 6 years of my life. Thanksgiving is just the start. Here's a question. When someone lies to protect themselves but destroys you, do you expose them publicly or handle it privately? Comment public or private? James stands. Patricia, what does he mean you knew? I didn't. Patricia starts. Yes, you did. I pull out another paper. This is a greeting card. Hallmark. Roses on the front. Inside, in your handwriting. You're doing the right thing keeping him. He'll be a good provider. I read it slowly, each word deliberate. Dated October 2018, a week after Emma was born. Rebecca's on her feet now. Mom, tell me you didn't. Patricia's perfect makeup can't hide what's happening to her face. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? Rebecca's voice is shaking. You watched him love that little girl. You watched him work extra shifts. You watched him read to her every night. And you knew? I was protecting my daughter. From what? I ask. From honesty? From consequences? From losing everything? Patricia's shouting now. The armor's cracking. She made a mistake. One mistake. You are a good father. Emma loves you. What was I supposed to do? Let her ruin her life? Let her ruin Emma's life? So you let her ruin mine instead. James is sitting with his head in his hands. Rebecca's crying. Tyler asks if they can go home. No one answers. Jennifer finally speaks. I'm sorry. 2 words, barely audible. You're sorry. I repeat it, testing how it sounds. 3 years. 3 years of coming home to you. 3 years of making love to you. 3 years of Emma calling me daddy. And you're sorry. I wanted to tell you. When? When were you going to tell me? When she graduated high school? When she got married? When I walked her down the aisle as her fake father? You're not fake. Jennifer's voice breaks. You're her father. Biology doesn't change that. No excuses, no lies, just truth. I sit down, exhausted. Who's the real father? She doesn't answer. Jennifer, who is he? Greg Morrison. The name means nothing to me. Who? From work, sales director. She won't look at me. It was a conference, Vegas. We were drunk. It was one time. One time got you pregnant. I didn't know right away. By the time I found out we were engaged, you were so happy. The wedding was planned. I thought, she wipes her eyes. I thought maybe it was yours. The timing was close. I convinced myself. And when you found out it wasn't, 3 years ago when you took that test, silence. You chose to keep lying. I chose to keep our family together. We weren't a family. We were a lie you kept feeding. I stand up, grab the folder. Does Greg know? No. He doesn't know he has a daughter. He's married. He has kids. It would destroy everything, I finish. Yeah, it destroys everything. That's what lies do, Jennifer. They don't stay contained. They spread. They rot. They destroy everyone they touch. I pull out my phone. Google Greg Morrison, sales director. Find his company profile, LinkedIn, phone number listed, work and sell. What are you doing? Jennifer stands, panic in her voice. Calling him. Michael, don't. He has a right to know. Patricia moves toward me. You can't do this. Watch me. I dial the number, put it on speaker. Everyone can hear the ringing. 1 ring, 2, 3. Jennifer tries to grab the phone. I step back. 4 rings. Hello? A man's voice. Deep, confident, alive. Greg Morrison? Yeah, who's this? My name is Michael Harrison. I'm married to Jennifer Morrison. Well, Jennifer Harrison now. You knew her as Morrison. Pause. Okay? You had an affair with her in 2018, conference in Vegas. Longer pause. Who is this? She got pregnant, had a daughter, October 2018, Emma Grace Harrison. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. I'm reading from the phone records now. You texted her for months afterward, room 314, Hotel Riverside, every Tuesday. Silence on the other end. Then, what do you want? I want you to know you have a daughter. I want you to know that I've been raising her for 6 years. I want you to know that your affair destroyed my marriage. And I want you to know that I'm coming for custody. All of it. You can't prove. DNA test dated March 2022. Probability of paternity for me, 0%. I'm guessing yours would be higher. I look at Jennifer. She's ashen. Unless you want to take one and find out? A woman's voice in the background, distant. Greg, what child? Then shouting, then sobbing, then dial tone. Have you ever watched a lie destroy more than just you? Drop justice below if you believe truth matters, no matter the cost. The living room is silent. Rebecca's staring at her mother. James has left. I hear him in the kitchen, running water, the sound of glass breaking. Patricia's sitting like a statue. Jennifer's on her knees. You just destroyed his family. No, you destroyed his family 7 years ago. I just delivered the news. I pick up the folder. I'm filing for divorce, and I'm filing for full custody of Emma. You can't. She's not yours. She's been mine for 6 years. That makes me her psychological parent. State law recognizes that. I did my research, 4 hours this morning while everyone slept. I've been at every doctor's appointment, every school event, every nightmare and scraped knee and first word. Me, not Greg, me. But you're not her biological father. Neither is Greg. Greg's just a sperm donor. I'm her father. The difference lands like a punch. I want to fight for this, Jennifer says. For us. There is no us. There never was. I head toward the stairs. I'm getting Emma. We're leaving. You can't take her. Watch me. I'm halfway up the stairs when I hear Emma's door open. She's standing at the top, clutching her rabbit, the stuffed animal's fur matted, one ear barely attached. She's wearing her purple pajamas with stars. Daddy, why is everyone yelling? The question stops me cold. Jennifer pushes past me, runs up the stairs. Baby, it's okay. Mommy and Daddy are just... Why are you crying? Emma asks. She looks at me. Daddy, why is Mommy crying? I climb the stairs slowly, kneel down. Come here, baby. Emma moves toward me. Jennifer reaches for her. Emma, sweetie, come to Mommy. Emma looks between us. 6 years old. Smart enough to know something's wrong, too young to understand what. She chooses me, small arms around my neck, rabbit crushed between us. She buries her face against my shoulder. I don't like the yelling. I know, I'm sorry. I stand, lifting her with me. She's getting so big, almost too big to carry, but not today. Today I could carry her forever. Jennifer reaches for her again. Emma, don't let go, Daddy. Emma's voice is small, scared. I won't, baby. I promise. I look at Jennifer, meet her eyes. We don't leave people who need us. You taught me that. Actually, you taught me the opposite, but Emma deserves better than what you taught her. Jennifer's hand drops. I carry Emma downstairs, past the living room where 8 people sit in the wreckage, past Patricia, who won't look at me, past Rebecca, who whispers, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I believe her. Outside, the November air is cold. Emma shivers. I put her in my truck, buckle her seatbelt, tuck her rabbit into her arms. Where are we going? She asks. Somewhere safe. Is Mommy coming? Not right now. Did I do something wrong? The question breaks me. No, baby, you didn't do anything wrong. You're perfect. This is grown-up stuff, okay? None of it is your fault. Okay, she yawns, exhausted from fear. Can we get pancakes? Yeah, we can get pancakes. I drive, away from Patricia's house, away from Jennifer, away from the lie I've been living. Emma falls asleep by the time we hit the interstate. Her rabbit slips from her hands. I pull over, fix it, make sure it's secure, make sure she's secure. My phone buzzes. Jennifer. We need to talk. Then Patricia. You're making a mistake. Then Rebecca. I'm here if you need anything. I silence it. All of it. Emma wakes up when we pull into the Denny's parking lot. Pancakes? Pancakes. We sit in a booth by the window. Order the Grand Slam. Emma gets chocolate chips in her pancakes. I get coffee, strong, black. The waitress doesn't ask why we're in pajamas at noon on Friday. Why this little girl is clutching a stuffed rabbit like it's the only solid thing left in the world. Emma asked if her mommy was coming. I said not right now. She held on to me tighter. Monday morning, I'm sitting across from David Chen in his office downtown. The kind of office with law books on shelves and diplomas on walls and a view of the city that costs $600 an hour. Emma's at school, first day back after Thanksgiving break. I told her teacher there might be some changes coming. The teacher, Mrs. Rodriguez, who's had Emma since kindergarten, nodded like she understood, like she'd seen this before. So, David leans back in his chair, mid-40s, sharp suit, sharp eyes. You raised a child for 6 years believing she was yours. Your wife knew she wasn't, covered it up. And now you want custody. Full custody. Despite not being the biological father. Because I'm the only father she's known. David taps his pen against his legal pad. Tell me about your relationship with Emma. So I do. I tell him about the first time she said Dada, about teaching her to ride a bike, about the time she had pneumonia and I slept in a chair beside her hospital bed for 3 days, about bedtime stories and scraped knees and parent-teacher conferences and dance recitals and every soccer game and every school play. I tell him about the drawing on the refrigerator. 3 stick figures. My family. You've been present, David says. I've been her father. The court will see a difference. What difference? I've been at every doctor's appointment, every milestone. I'm listed on her school records, her pediatric records, her insurance, everything. I slide a folder across his desk. I documented it all. David opens it, flips through. Birth certificate with my name, school permission forms, only my signature, medical authorizations, emergency contact lists. 6 years of being dad. This is good, David says, but you need to understand what you're up against. Jennifer is the biological mother. She has legal standing, and there's a biological father who could petition for custody. Greg Morrison, he didn't know Emma existed until Friday. Doesn't matter. DNA gives him standing too. David sets down the folder. You're asking a court to award custody to someone with no biological connection over 2 people who have genetic ties. That's an uphill battle. Then we climb uphill. It'll be expensive. I don't care. It'll be ugly. They'll attack your character. They'll question your motives. Let them. I lean forward. Emma asked me if I'd always be her daddy. I said yes. I'm not making my daughter a liar. David studies me for a long moment. Then he nods. There is a legal concept called psychological parent. In this state, if you've acted as a child's parent for a significant period, typically over 4 years, and the child views you as their parent, the court can grant you standing even without biology. So we have a shot. We have a shot, but we need to prove Emma's best interests are served by living with you. We need witnesses, character references, evidence that you're the stable parent. I have evidence. I pull out my phone, show him the photos, the DNA test, the burner phone records, the hotel receipts. Jennifer had an affair, lied about paternity, committed fraud on the birth certificate. David's eyes widen. You have all of this? Documented and backed up. This changes things. He's typing now. Fast. Fraud, deception, a pattern of dishonesty. We can argue that Jennifer's judgment is compromised, that she's prioritized her interests over Emma's welfare. What about Greg? Greg's the wild card, but he's been absent. No relationship with the child, no support, financial or emotional. If he petitions for custody, we argue that suddenly appearing after 6 years would traumatize Emma. Courts don't like disrupting established bonds. So, what's our strategy? David looks up from his laptop. We establish you as the presumed father under state law. We present evidence of your 6-year relationship with Emma. We demonstrate that Jennifer's deception makes her unfit for primary custody. And we get Emma evaluated by a court-appointed psychologist who can testify about her attachment to you. When? Emergency custody hearing can be scheduled within 2 weeks, full hearing within 60 days. He pauses. But, Michael, you need to understand, even if we win, Jennifer will have visitation rights. She's still the mother. Supervised visitation? Probably, given the deception. David closes his laptop. One more thing. If Greg files a competing petition, this gets complicated. You could both lose and Emma ends up with Jennifer by default. Then we make sure that doesn't happen. David said, biology isn't everything. You've been her father for 6 years. That matters. Then he said, but Greg can petition too. Greg files on Wednesday. David calls me at work. Morrison submitted a paternity petition this morning. He's demanding a DNA test and requesting joint custody pending the hearing. Can he do that? He has standing as the biological father. Yes, he can do that. Papers rustle on his end. But here's the interesting part. His wife filed for divorce yesterday. This is messy for him too. Good. Don't celebrate yet. A judge might look at him sympathetically. Man who didn't know he had a child wants to step up now. He had 7 years to step up. He was too busy having an affair with my wife. I'll make that argument, but we need to focus on Emma. How's she doing? I look across the office. I'm working from home today. Took a leave of absence, told my boss it was a family emergency. Emma's at the kitchen table doing homework. She's been quiet since Friday, clingy. Asked 3 times this morning if I was going to leave. She's scared, I tell David. The psychologist wants to see her next week, Dr. Sarah Mitchell. She's court-appointed, very good with kids. Emma just needs to be honest with her. About what? About who she feels safest with, who she wants to live with. He pauses. Michael, you can't coach her. I won't. I mean it. If the court thinks you've influenced her testimony, we lose everything. I understand. After we hang up, I sit with Emma, help her with her math homework, multiplication tables. She's struggling with sevens, 7 times 8, 7 times 9. Numbers that should make sense, but don't, like 0.00%. Daddy, she sets down her pencil. Is Mommy mad at me? No, baby, Mommy's not mad at you. Then why can't I see her? You will, soon. We're just figuring some things out. Is it because I picked you? The question lands like a knife. What do you mean? At Grandma's house, when everyone was yelling, I picked you. Her eyes fill with tears. Did I pick wrong? I pull her into my lap. No, you didn't pick wrong. You never pick wrong. You picked what felt right, and that's always okay. Mommy called yesterday. You didn't let me talk to her. Because Jennifer called 17 times. Left messages ranging from apologetic to threatening. Because her lawyer sent a letter demanding Emma be returned immediately. Because Patricia showed up at the house and I didn't answer the door. I'm sorry, I say. That wasn't fair. You can talk to Mommy. You can always talk to Mommy. But I live with you, for now, for always. I want to say yes. I want to promise. But David's voice is in my head. Don't make promises you can't keep. I'm fighting for always, I tell her. Is that okay? She nods against my chest. We don't leave people who need us. You said that. I did say that. I need you, Daddy. I know, baby. I'm not going anywhere. The custody evaluation happens on a Tuesday. Dr. Sarah Mitchell's office is designed for children. Soft colors, toys, books. A dollhouse in the corner. Emma holds my hand in the waiting room. What if she asks hard questions? Then you answer honestly. There's no wrong answer, baby. Just tell her how you feel. Will you be there? Not for the first part. Dr. Mitchell needs to talk to you alone, but I'll be right here, and then she'll talk to both of us together. Dr. Mitchell appears, 50s, kind eyes, the kind of voice that makes you want to confess everything. Emma, I'm Dr. Sarah. Want to come play with me for a bit? Emma looks at me. I nod. She lets go of my hand. They disappear into the office. The door closes. I sit. Wait. 45 minutes feel like 45 hours. When the door opens, Emma runs to me. I told her about the Velveteen Rabbit. You did? She wanted to know about you, so I told her you read to me every night, and you make pancakes, and you came to my dance recital even though you were sick. She climbs into my lap. Did I do okay? You did perfect. Dr. Mitchell smiles. Michael, can we talk? Emma, there are some puzzles over there if you want to play. Emma settles at the table. Dr. Mitchell and I sit in the corner. She's very bonded to you, Dr. Mitchell says quietly. Calls you Daddy exclusively. When I asked about her family, she drew you, her, and someone named Rebecca. My ex-sister-in-law. She's been supportive. Not her mother. She drew her mother separately. Said, Mommy's sad right now. Dr. Mitchell makes notes. I need to ask some difficult questions. Has Emma expressed any fear of her mother? No, she loves Jennifer. She doesn't understand why everything changed. Have you explained the situation to her? I've told her Mommy and Daddy need some time apart, that it's not her fault, that she's loved. I pause. I haven't told her about the DNA test. Good. She's too young for that level of complexity. More notes. How would you handle visitation with Jennifer if you're awarded primary custody? I'd support it. Emma needs her mother. This isn't about punishing Jennifer through Emma. This is about stability. And if the biological father is awarded custody, the question I've been dreading, I'd fight for visitation rights. Emma knows me as her father. Taking that away would traumatize her. I agree. Dr. Mitchell sets down her clipboard. I'll be filing my report with the court next week. I can't tell you what I'm recommending, but I can tell you that Emma's welfare is my only concern. That's all I want too. The hearing is December 15th, 3 weeks after Thanksgiving. Judge Susan Martinez presiding. The courtroom is smaller than I expected. Wood paneling, state seal on the wall, a court reporter in the corner typing everything we say into permanent record. Jennifer sits at the plaintiff's table with her lawyer. She's wearing a navy suit, professional, her hair pulled back. She looks like a stranger. Greg Morrison sits 2 rows behind her. I recognize him from LinkedIn. Tall, fit, the kind of guy who probably played lacrosse in college. His lawyer, expensive suit, expensive briefcase, leans over to whisper something. I sit with David. Rebecca's in the gallery behind us. She squeezed my shoulder on the way in, whispered, "You've got this." Judge Martinez enters. We stand. "Be seated." She reviews her notes. "We're here for an emergency custody hearing regarding Emma Grace Harrison, age 6. 3 parties seeking custody." She looks up. "This is unusual." David stands. "Your Honor, my client Michael Harrison has been Emma's presumed father for 6 years. He's seeking primary custody based on his established relationship and the mother's pattern of deception." Jennifer's lawyer stands. "Your Honor, Jennifer Harrison is the biological mother. She's seeking primary custody and requesting limited visitation for Mr. Harrison." Greg's lawyer stands. "Your Honor, Gregory Morrison is the biological father. DNA test confirms paternity. He's seeking joint custody and requesting a custody evaluation period." Judge Martinez holds up her hand. "I've reviewed Dr. Mitchell's evaluation. I've reviewed the evidence submitted by all parties, and I've reviewed Emma's letter to the court." My heart stops. Letter? Dr. Mitchell asked Emma to write about her family. Would you like to hear it? The courtroom goes silent. Judge Martinez reads, "My name is Emma. I am 6. My daddy is Michael. He reads me the Velveteen Rabbit every night. He says we don't leave people who need us. I need him. He makes me feel safe. I love my mommy too. But when I'm scared, I want my daddy. If you're crying right now, I am too. This is the part where love wins." Jennifer's crying, silent tears down her perfect makeup. Greg's staring at his hands. Judge Martinez continues. The court has reviewed financial records showing Michael Harrison has been the primary provider. School records showing his consistent involvement. Medical records showing his presence at every appointment. Character witnesses, she nods at Rebecca, attesting to his parental commitment. She sets down the papers. The court has also reviewed evidence of Jennifer Harrison's deception regarding paternity, the falsified birth certificate, the concealment of the biological father, the pattern of dishonesty spanning 7 years. Jennifer's lawyer stands. "Your Honor, my client made a mistake. A mistake is forgetting to file paperwork. This was systematic fraud." Judge Martinez's voice is steel. The court takes a dim view of parents who prioritize their own interests over truthful disclosure. She turns to Greg. "Mr. Morrison, you've submitted a DNA test confirming biological paternity. However, you've had no relationship with this child, no support, financial or otherwise, no presence in her life. I didn't know she existed," Greg says. "That's not the child's fault, and the court will not disrupt an established bond to accommodate a biological father who appears after 6 years." She pauses. "However, you have a right to pursue a relationship. The court will order supervised visitation. 6 months, we'll reassess." Greg's lawyer starts to object. Judge Martinez cuts him off. "Counselor, your client committed adultery resulting in a child he abandoned, knowingly or not. He's lucky I'm granting visitation at all. The gavel hasn't fallen, but I can feel the shift." Judge Martinez looks at me. "Mr. Harrison, you've acted as this child's father for 6 years. You've provided stability, care, and love. The court recognizes that biology is not the sole determinant of parenthood." She opens her file, pulls out a document. The court awards primary physical custody to Michael Harrison. Jennifer Harrison is awarded supervised visitation, twice weekly, pending completion of family counseling. Gregory Morrison is awarded supervised visitation, once monthly, with reassessment in 6 months. The court went silent. Emma whispered one word. "Daddy." "Wait, she's here?" I look back. Rebecca's holding Emma's hand. "When did they—" "The child is in my chambers," Judge Martinez says, reading my face. "I spoke with her privately before this hearing. She's very clear about her wishes. Can I see her?" "In a moment." Judge Martinez leans forward. "Mr. Harrison, this is an enormous responsibility. You're choosing to parent a child who isn't biologically yours. Are you prepared for that?" I stand. "Your Honor, I've been preparing for 6 years. Every bedtime story, every school drop-off, every nightmare and celebration and ordinary Tuesday. Emma is my daughter, not because of DNA, because of love, because of showing up, because we don't leave people who need us." "That's a beautiful sentiment." Judge Martinez's voice softens. "But sentiment doesn't pay for college, or therapy, or the hard conversations that are coming. I know, I'm ready. Then the court grants you legal authority to pursue adoption proceedings if you choose. Given the unique circumstances, the state will waive the standard residency requirements." David grabs my arm, whispers, "She's giving you a path to adopt. Take it." "Your Honor, I'd like to begin adoption proceedings immediately." Judge Martinez nods. Petition granted. This court is adjourned. The gavel falls. 1 year later, Emma's standing at the refrigerator in our new apartment. Small place, 2 bedrooms, but it's ours. She's holding a drawing. "My Real Family," written across the top in her improving handwriting. 3 stick figures, me, her, Rebecca, who's become an honorary aunt, who babysits every Thursday, who stood as a witness at the adoption hearing. "Can we hang it?" Emma asks. Of course. She uses alphabet magnets, the same ones from the old house, the ones I packed when we moved. Muscle memory. She spells out her name along the bottom. E-M-M-A. Perfect, I tell her. Daddy? Yeah, baby. Mrs. Rodriguez says we're doing family trees at school for Family History Month. I freeze. This conversation was coming. David warned me. Dr. Mitchell prepared me. But knowing and being ready are different things. Okay, what do you need? I need to draw my family tree, but... She bites her lip. The gap in her teeth is gone now. 7 years old, growing up. I don't know what to put. What do you want to put? She thinks. You're my daddy. The papers say so. The judge said so. Right? Right. The adoption papers are legal, official, permanent. So you're my real dad. I'm your real dad. What about the other person, the one Mom said is biological? Jennifer, we see her twice a week now. Supervised at first, then graduated to unsupervised. She's in therapy. We're all in therapy. Emma calls it talking time. She's too young to know the full story, but she knows there was a complicated time when she was born. Biology and family are different things, I tell her. Biology is science. Family is who shows up, who stays, who loves you even when it's hard. So for my family tree, I put you. You put whoever feels like family to you. She picks up her crayons, draws. I watch over her shoulder. She puts me at the root, Rebecca as a branch, Jennifer as another branch, smaller but there. Her grandparents on my side, my brother who sends birthday cards. She leaves out Greg, leaves out Patricia. They haven't spoken since the hearing. Patricia sent a letter once. I haven't opened it. Is this okay? Emma asks. It's perfect. She colors in the roots. Daddy, can I ask something? Always. Did you ever think about leaving when things got hard? The question is older than 7. She's been carrying it. I thought about it, I admit, for about 5 seconds, but then I looked at you, and I remembered something. What? We don't leave people who need us. You needed me, still need me, so I stayed. She nods, like she knew, like she's always known. And you know what I figured out? I continue. What? I needed you too. You made me a better person. You made me a real father. Remember the Velveteen Rabbit? Real isn't how you're made. Exactly. Real is what happens when you love someone for a long time. And we've been real for 7 years now. She hugs me, arms around my neck. She still smells like strawberry shampoo and crayons and home. I'm glad you stayed, she whispers. Me too, baby. Me too. The drawing goes up on the fridge, held by alphabet magnets. My real family. No DNA, no blood, just family. Outside, Rebecca's pulling up. Thursday babysitting. I've got a support group tonight. Dad's navigating non-traditional families. Started going 3 months ago. Helps to talk to people who understand. Emma runs to the door. Aunt Rebecca? Rebecca comes in with pizza. Thought we'd have a movie night. Emma's choice. Can we watch Lilo and Stitch? Emma asks. The one about finding family? Rebecca grins. Perfect. I grab my jacket. Kiss Emma's head. Be good for Aunt Rebecca. I'm always good. That's debatable. She giggles. 7 years old. Happy, safe, loved. I look back from the doorway. Emma's already on the couch, pizza on her lap, Rebecca beside her. The drawing on the fridge catches the evening light. 3 stick figures, smiles wider than the paper. 1 year after Thanksgiving, 1 year after the truth. And we're building something real. Tell me about your found family in the comments. Who chose you when biology didn't? Who stayed when they didn't have to? Your story matters. Share it below.